today's a special day and this is a special video. My man TK from EVERYTHING100 wanted to make a top 5 video on one of his many phones. So I reached out to him to see if I could actually come on board and do it with him. And he actually said yes. So a YouTuber his caliber to collab with a YouTuber at my level is just, I'm ecstatic. I'm really looking forward to this video here. But anyways, you guys may know him already. He already does a lot in the tech community. He's always out there, you know, helping out small YouTubers and whatnot. But I'm gonna go ahead and let him do his thing. He's gonna do his top 5 and I'm gonna go ahead and follow with mine. Go ahead and take it away, TK.
What is up, guys? TK here with EVERYTHING100.com, and I want to give a major shout out to my dude Ivan Tech for inviting me in to collab on this video. Now, in today's video, we're going to talk about the top 5 reasons, or the top 5 things I like about the iPhone 11 Pro Max. Now, I know my dude is doing something with the iPhone 11, the iPhone 11 Pro. They're all pretty much the same device with different type of compromises and things of that nature. And I'm going to talk about the top 5 things I like about mine. And number 1 for me has to be the battery life, okay? There's a lot of things I like about the iPhone, but the main thing for me on this new one is the battery life. I kept the iPhone XR last year over my XS Max and used my red XR and my white XR so much because I knew I could go out and go through my entire day and I never have to worry about the battery dying on me, right? So coming to 2019 and the iPhone 11 Pro Max, the battery life is bananas. I'm talking about unparalleled to anything else you can get on the market right now in that iOS space. I remember I said iOS because there's some other phones you can get from that right now that I rock with heavy, like the ROG2. I mean, my LG G8X is a pretty strong shooter, as well as the Huawei Mate 20X and the Android space. But if you're not an Android person, you're kind of limited, right? You got a few different iPhone choices. You can go back to the 8 Plus, some other ones. And this was a huge thing. The fact that the phone didn't get thinner, they added more battery space. So for me, battery life, number 1. Number 2 has to be the camera, okay? There's a couple things that I carry, and I'm starting to use the DSLRs and stuff more, and this is Ivan Tech's fault. I literally had to go out and cop this Sony A7 III, literally, because when he sent me the video for this collab, my dude's video was so damn crispy that I was like, I cannot shoot the video on this Note or this iPhone. It ain't gonna pass. So I literally had to go out and go get the latest and greatest DSLR so we could keep it moving. So big salute and shout out to my dude Ivan Tech for making me step my game up. So I appreciate that. But it has to be the camera. Does the Note and some of these Android phones shoot really good 4K 60 frames per second video in certain situations, like with Pro Mode or with Filmic Pro and other things? Yeah, of course. The iPhone just does it butt naked for me though. Like, I don't have to, yes, I use Filmic Pro on iOS, but I don't have to use it on my iPhone. I can literally set it to 4K 60 and get some fresh butter B-roll and not have to be walking around with this big old rig from the A7 III or the Canon 70D or any of the other DSLRs that I may carry or shoot with. And that's the thing with the iPhone. You can get, and I know I'm going to get roasted for this, but you can get DSLR-like quality B-roll from an iPhone. And that's awesome. So for number 2 for me, it has to be the camera. Number 3 is how apps interact with the phone. Look, man, Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, Twitter, when I do the Creator Studio for YouTube, which by the way is a Google thing, you'd think it would work better on a Pixel, right? Wah! It don't, okay? It's not. For me, if I'm doing social media stuff on my phone, I have to do it on an iPhone. And the reason why I use the iPhone is it's just a butter experience, unless you have 13, never mind. It's just a butter experience, you know, going into Instagram. When, you know, look, if I'm on Instagram and I'm on one of these other Android phones and I pop open a display, there's so many different form factors and ratios and all of this other stuff between notes and everything else that everything doesn't catch up to the iPhone. The iPhone is just the iPhone. You don't have to worry about using it with something else. You don't have to worry about it, conforming. There's only so many iPhones, so developers focus their apps on that, and they just work. And that's the thing for me with social media. So number 3 would have to be the apps in the way that they interact with iOS and the iPhone. And number 4 is something else that's kind of iOS specific: iMessage. Just having the ability to do that and use iMessage. The whole blue bubble, green bubble thing is probably, I don't want to put it like that, but we could keep it a buck and say it's, you know what, I'm not even gonna go there. Someone's gonna be like, TK was about to say it was a light skin thing. No, but it is what it is. So it's funny, like, you could be rocking with some people and you could be literally talking to a chick, and if she's an iPhone person and you ain't got the blue bubble, like, they'll keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? So the blue bubble, green bubble thing, but the iMessage thing is actually super convenient. It is what makes RCS so attractive for what's coming for Android. So you have that. And the 5th thing for me, of the thing I like most with the iPhone 11 Pro Max, is just having it because of the ecosystem. The ability for me to be like in the browser and doing something and then go jump over onto my MacBook and open it up and have all my pages in Safari that I was already on, or Chrome or whatever else, or be able to finish an iMessage that I didn't finish that I was starting on my phone, or being able to continue the same thing on my iPad. Let's say I had opened up YouTube and then the little thing is jumping on the iPad and I can click that and go right to where I was. That's huge for me. That's huge. The continuity between devices, which Microsoft was trying, Samsung is trying it now. So the ecosystem, if that's what you want to call it, just the ease of use. When I open my AirPods, and it's just, once you get sucked in to this ecosystem, it's hard to get away from it. So it's why I carry both an iPhone and an Android device. So those are my top 5 reasons. I want to give a massive shout out and a big thanks to my dude Ivan Tech for reaching out and saying, hey, look, we'd like to collab with you on this video. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Make sure you smash the thumbs up button. And till next time, thank y'all very much. I appreciate it. I'll catch y'all on the next one.
Thanks, TK, for covering your top 5 and passing this back to me. I'm doing my top 5 on the iPhone 11 after using it for about 2 months, and these are my top 5 features. My number 5 feature is actually the price. It's actually not a feature on the phone, but I figure I'll just go ahead and bring it up because it's one of the top 5 things that I like about the iPhone 11. It's priced at $699 for the base model of 64 gigs. And this is a true value iPhone for anyone looking into upgrading from, let's say, 2 or 3 generations ago. And I keep in mind, when the iPhone XR came out, it was $750, but it wasn't as good as this iPhone is. So this iPhone came out a year later. It's better than the XR and it's cheaper. So if you were upgrading from a couple of generations of iPhones ago, this is the phone for you to get. My number 4 is the fast charge capability. This is one of the things that not too many people put in their top 5 features, but I really like this on the iPhone. Even though it doesn't come with an actual wall adapter to fast charge the phone itself is fast charge capable. And from my understanding, it will fast charge at up to 18 watt, whether you get an 18 watt charger or anything above 18 watt. You'll pretty much go from 0 to about 80 to 85% within an hour of fast charging, after which it will then slow down, and then the remaining 15 to 20%, you get that within about another hour. That's another way for Apple to manage the battery life cycle on the iPhone 11. And my number 3 feature is the A13 Bionic chip. This is actually the same chip that's found on the iPhone 11 Pro. So from a CPU perspective, they should be sharing similar performance. And this is, of course, a huge performance upgrade going from the iPhone XR, as the A13 Bionic chip actually optimizes the different machine learning workloads on the iPhone 11. My number 2 feature is battery. You get a longer battery life on the iPhone 11 when compared to the iPhone XR, which already had great battery life. So you get an additional 1 hour on top of what the iPhone XR was offering last year. So now you have something that's going to last you even longer. And of course, Apple is renowned for doing such a great job at battery life management. And with this one, you can actually get 50% charge in 30 minutes with an 18 watt adapter. My number one feature on the iPhone 11, of course, is going to be the camera. And that's number one for a reason. This has been the main thing Apple has focused on the past year. This has been, of course, the biggest innovation for the past year on iPhones. There's so many points to cover when it comes down to the iPhone camera, but I'm just going to fly through a couple of them that I really like. Night mode, for example, is fantastic on this thing. In low light, this thing just does a great job. So at nighttime, it just automatically detects low light, and it pretty much sets the exposure automatically for you. But you can also turn it on or turn it off or manually manage it as you prefer. And the wide angle lens has also been improved, so you get a faster autofocus in low light situations. It has an ultra wide lens, and of course you still get 4K recording at 24, 30, and 60 frames per second, using what Apple calls the next generation Smart HDR for photos. Cinematic video stabilization is also fantastic, and videos are more stable and smoother. The videos and photos coming from the iPhone 11 camera are extremely crisp and extremely close to reality. And besides just the upgrade that we see on the back here, a ton of things have been done with the software. So a ton of things have been done software-wise to actually still better that camera. So you get an amazing camera in this $700 phone. So that was it for our collab video, and I want to go ahead and thank TK once again for letting me jump on board with him and do this top 5 feature video. Please don't forget to go ahead and like his stuff. Jump on his channel. You can find him at Tommy Kelly, Everything100. You can either way, if you Google either one of those, you'll be able to find the link. It's going to be in the description either way. Go ahead and check out his stuff. He has amazing stuff. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, and whatnot. Do the same thing here if you haven't done so already. And of course, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.